Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to my channel. My name is Joelle, and in today's video I want to discuss having a healthy fear of God. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to every single person who prayed for my son. He is feeling so much better. However, now I got his little cold that he had, and so if I sound a little bit different, a little bit off, that's why. And I apologize, and I also apologize for my attire. I am wearing a sweater that is 5 times too big for me, and luckily you can't see me waist down because I'm still wearing pajama pants. You didn't need to know that. But anyway, I hope you can accept me as I am. And if you stay tuned until the end of the video, you can find out how you can qualify for a giveaway that I'm doing on this channel in celebration for 1,000 subscribers to show you guys my absolute deep appreciation for you guys. I'm really, truly grateful. And I guess it's not something that I had to do, but it's something that I wanted to do. With COVID going around and there's so much just heaviness in the world right now, I just want to uplift somebody. So if you stay tuned to the end of the video, you can find out how you can qualify. Let's get into the video and talk about having a healthy fear of God. What I hear from a lot of people who aren't Christian is they have a problem with God's judgment. They have a problem with the things that he does, whether in the Old Testament or the New Testament. They have a problem with certain things he does. But what I have to say to that is that he is in his authority. If he wants to give life and take it away, that is his authority. He can choose to do whatever he wants with his creation because he is the creator. He made everything. He created all life. He created absolutely everything we see, we experience, we feel. This is all his creation. And so he has every right, and he's under his complete authority to give and take away life or to do and say as he pleases. I am by no means a Christian apologetic. I do not apologize for the things that God has done or try to make excuses for what he's done. I believed him when he said to Moses, "I am who I am." God is who he is, and he has the ability to take life and to give it. On earth, we have people in certain positions of authority. Whether you're a judge or a politician or a police officer or even a parent, you have certain authority over the people under you. That is your authority. A regular person walking on the street cannot go to somebody and say, "Hey, you get a lifetime in prison for doing this, that, and the other thing." We are out of our authority, out of our jurisdiction. It's not something that we have the authority to do. God, however, has the authority over everything, over all things. He is the head top judge. He is the one who has all the authority over heaven and earth. And so he has the authority to do whatever he wishes. For the most part, we don't get mad at judges and police officers and parents for simply doing their job and exercising their authority. So why do so many people get mad at God when he does it? But on the other side of the same coin, there are so many people who are upset that God isn't doing enough. So when he does something, it's mean. When he doesn't do something, it's mean. You can't win with everybody, I guess. So if we're not going to get mad at judges and police officers and parents for exercising their authority when they are imperfect people, why are we getting mad at God for doing the same when he is actually absolutely perfect? His judgments are perfect. And this is his creation. He can do whatever he wants. Luckily, he's a loving God. And what he really cares about is executing a plan to know us more and to save us. When I read the Old Testament and the things God has done, I do not think, wow, this is a mean God. I think, wow, this is a God who is merciful and who is just, and I do not want to be on his bad side. It wasn't until I read the Old Testament that I developed a true and healthy fear of God. It made me hate evil and want to do what's right because I don't want to be in the line of his wrath. That's not to say that I became a Christian because of my fear of the Lord. I actually became a Christian because of my deep realization of his love that he has for us. The fear of the Lord comes after in your transformation by getting into his word, learning about who he is, what his standards are, what his values are, and you develop this respect that you have. You develop this healthy respect, this love, this wanting to please him because he is just so good and so amazing and wonderful. The kind of fear that you have towards God is the same kind of fear you would have towards a strict, loving father. So now that we have established the fact that God has the authority to give and take away life and to do absolutely whatever he wants with his own creation, let's get deeper into the subject. I'm very curious if those same people that have a problem with God's authority have a problem with his moral values. God's moral values is expressed through the commandments that he has for us. He has a very high standard when it comes to sin. And because he has this high standard, we should be striving to meet his standards. Even though it's not possible to be perfect, we should always be on the path of trying to reach his standards. He lays out very specific rules for us. They are not rules that benefit him. They are rules that benefit us, our society, the way we can live in harmony with each other, and the way that society would thrive if we actually all kept his commandments and lived according to his word. Even though God has all the authority over heaven and earth, he doesn't give us the same authority. He tells us that we can't judge, that we can't kill. This is not under our jurisdiction. We don't have the same authority. Instead, we have standards to live up to, given by a God who can do whatever he pleases. And he pleases that we treat each other with love, with respect, not lying to each other, not killing each other, not doing all these things to each other, but instead loving one another completely, wholly. In Matthew 5:21-22 it says, "You have heard that it was said to those of old, 'You shall not murder,' and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment." He also goes on to say in Matthew 5:27-28, "You have heard that it was said to those of old, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart." And he goes on further to say in Matthew 5:38-42, "You have heard that it was said, 'An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.' But I tell you not to resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him also have your cloak. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away." In Matthew 5:43-44 it says, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' But I say to you, love your enemies and bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you." The point that I'm trying to make here is that God's standards are incredibly high. So my question is, do you actually have a problem with God's authority? Or do you have a problem with righteousness? Do you not like to be told what to do? Do you not like to be told that the way you're living your life or the things that you're doing in your life is a sin? What I have realized from people who are not Christian is not that they have a problem with God. I think they understand that God has the authority to do whatever he wants. This is his creation. They have a problem with being told how to live. They don't want to change. They don't want to be told that what they're doing is a sin. They would rather live their lives doing whatever they want, however they want. Even though as Christians, we know these things, it is not our job to go around judging people and condemning them of their sin. That is not our job. Our job is to be the light of the world, to be the salt of the earth, to love people, to be a reflection of the standards that God has. If we become the reflection of the standards that God has, and we love people wholly and fully, then people are going to come to God and be interested in God, not because they fear him, but because of his love for us. Like I said, the fear of the Lord comes after you're Christian, not before. I've never heard a testimony where people say, "I'm Christian because I don't want to go to hell and I'm scared of God." They may exist, that might be something that is actually out there, but for the most part, the overwhelming majority, it is always a love story, always something that God did to really reach out to somebody to show them their immense love. And so if that's how God reaches people, that's how we should try to reach people for God, loving them towards God, not condemning them and doing all of these things that actually push them away. we have to be mindful that we may be afraid of God, but they are not afraid of God. So when we tell them that they are sinning or that they're doing all these things, that means nothing to them. They don't understand the fear of the Lord. So you cannot expect to tell somebody that they're living in sin and for them to truly care and change because you said so. They need to have a true love experience with God. They need to realize God's great love for them. And one way that can happen is us showing love for them the way God showed love for us. We give back what we've been given. This is a way that we can lead people to developing the fear of the Lord. But this is not something that should come first. Love should come first. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this subject today. Let's move on to the giveaway. In 1 week from now, I'm going to be giving somebody a $50 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do to qualify is subscribe to this channel, and in the comment section below, answer the questions: how many holy days are in the Bible and what are they? And that's it. I'll be picking somebody in 1 week, and I just thank you so much for your support, for your love, for your prayers, for everything. I am so blessed to have you. I'm so blessed for I'm honestly just so grateful for everything God does. He's just so good. And I love you guys. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you again next time. Bye.